Hey guys, welcome back and happy middle of the week. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about some Vanderpump Rules news because interestingly enough, Stassi Schroeder is letting us know that there was a spinoff in the works before she was ever fired, which leads us to believe that maybe there's another spinoff in the works coming up that may not include her, but you never know when it comes to the network. NBC, Bravo, the Suit and Ties and Andy Cohen, Lisa Vanderpump, you can't predict what they're thinking. I mean, let's be real. Guys, in the meantime, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so according to Page 6, it looks like Stassi Schroeder is claiming that a Vanderpump Rules spinoff, tentatively titled Valley Rules, was in the works before Bravo fired her in 2020. According to the reality star, her wedding to Beau Clark was intended to be the transitional episode between both shows. They were going to slowly transition us and keep Vanderpump Rules with a whole new cast of people who work at the restaurant. And so the rest of us would transition into this. This is what she told US HWY on the Morning Toast on Tuesday. Tuesday being, well, this week, which means it's probably, I don't think, at the end of the day, I don't think Stassi would make this up. I think that this was probably in the works and then she was fired and they're like, hold on, pump the brakes. We can't do this. Now, she continued on with the way that Vanderpump Rules started, where it was like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and it transitioned into Vanderpump. That's where we were going, with this whole concept. And that's what they were trying to do with my wedding. She continued, but obviously that's not happening. We know that she was fired from the show after calling the police with Kristen Doty on a fellow cast member or former cast member, Faith Stowers. As previously reported, Bravo fired Stassi Schroeder and co-star Kristen Doty after they came under fire for allegedly calling the police on Faith Stowers, the only Black cast member to appear on Vanderpump Rules in 2018. There was an article written and they had a type line number. This is what she's claiming, adding that she thought that the woman in the photo was Faith. And she said, in my soul, I really thought it was Faith. Kristen and I thought we did our due diligence. We acted on gossip, and that was the problem. I did not witness anything. I didn't witness Faith doing anything, and that is truly the biggest lesson. You can't go accusing people of things that you've never witnessed before. That is a huge lesson to be taught here because, listen, at the end of the day, I understand why they were fired for their actions. You can't call the police because you think, oh my gosh, they have the same hair, they have the same jacket. Like, that makes sense. Let me just call the police and have this poor woman who's innocent, didn't even commit the crime, arrested. That's not how it works. And also, you don't know what could have happened to Faith. This could have been a huge deal. So 100%, yes, that is an issue. Stassi Schroeder claims that she reached out to Faith the week after she lost all of her jobs, hoping to speak out about the matter, but she understandably refused. I'm like, okay, I have to respect that this person doesn't want to. I get it. I wouldn't want to talk to me either. And Faith didn't. Now, Faith has also said, many things about the Vanderpump Rules cast members, especially one about Lala Kent allegedly threatening her. And that apparently was caught on camera. And Stassi and Faith have spoke about this in the past. There was even a rumor that Faith was going to bring up a lawsuit about this, and then it was debunked, and then it was brought back again, and then it was debunked. So I can't even keep up with that, but I'm not even trying to. The point is this didn't even seem like a good run for Faith. I feel like she had a lot of people who were working against her who did not want her to be on the cast. I know some of her cast members didn't like her for sleeping with Jax Taylor while Jax was with Brittany, and she did come out and they kind of laughed about it, the fact that they hooked up on an elderly woman's couch that she was supposed to be watching, which is actually really disturbing. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it's all played out. When it comes to this Valley Rules, though, spinoff, the funny thing is that Andy Cohen, when talking to Lala Kent, this whole thing came out a couple weeks ago where he said, Lala Kent from Valley Rules. And then it was like, I mean, Vanderpump Rules. And everyone was like, wait a minute, is this the newest Vanderpump Rules spinoff? Well, now Stassi, that's why it makes sense that she's addressing it, because that was the spinoff that was supposed to be, used for the OGs of Vanderpump Rules. And then they were going to bring in a whole new cast, which I was hoping that they would do anyways, because when we got the original cast of Vanderpump Rules, they all sort of started out in a restaurant. They didn't have a lot of money. They were hooking up with each other. They were in these awful apartments that just looked like, I mean, trust me, I know. I lived in one for a long time in Los Angeles. They just look like, oh, what are you living in? Sometimes when I would look at my apartment in LA, I would think, is this worth it? Is this worth it to me to live in this apartment, to live out my dreams and be in this really bad apartment with ripped up carpet? It smells really bad, and it's not my problem. It's the fact that the building is so old, but hey, guess what? I live in Hollywood. But that was kind of the thing that we loved about watching the show, is that they were all struggling actors and people who were trying to break into the industry. And by the time that they started having or buying $2 million homes, having babies, getting married, it changed a little bit because they got famous and they were making different kinds of money, and it just was not the same vibe. So if they would have given them a Valley Rules spinoff and then given us a whole new cast, I don't know if the whole new cast would have succeeded on Vanderpump Rules, because sometimes people are just invested in the original cast and they don't want a new concept. We saw that with Laguna Beach, but I would have been here to at least test it out and watch it. Now, guys, I don't want to just give you this information and not ask your opinion. I want to ask you if Stassi Schroeder, in fact, were to be asked back, now that it's been a couple of years since she's been fired, and there was a Valley Rules with Sheena, Lala, Jackson, Brittany, Stassi, and maybe even Katie, I don't know. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Or do you think that concept should be canned altogether and let's just see where Vanderpump Rules goes? Or do you think if there were to be a Valley Rules without Stassi Schroeder and without the fired cast members like Jax, Brittany, Stassi, Kristen, and we brought back like Sheena and Lala and Tom and Katie and Ariana and some of the other sort of OG cast members, would that be something you're interested in? I have all the questions to which I need all the answers, guys. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to go to spillingtealive.com, because this week is our last live show in New York City at it's on April 28th at City Winery in New York. It's really bittersweet for me, but I do have to say a huge thank you to, our sponsors, Birchbox and also Purecane, because without them, we wouldn't have been able to pull this off. This has been such an incredible experience. Go to purecane.com, go to birchbox.com, check them out. They've been absolutely incredible throughout this process, and it means the absolute world to me. On the way out, smash that like button, get subscribed, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you so very soon. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.